Hey everybody, Mike here, back from the Transformers IMAX fan event. Got an awesome t-shirt right here, and it was a lot of fun. I also had, got this USB multi-charger thing. That's pretty cool. And I also got a poster as well, an IMAX poster. So really neat stuff. I even got a $10 Chili's gift card because I was one of 18 people in the theater with a sticky note underneath their seat. I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger than a Chili's gift card. I had to pick a number between 1 and 18, and I picked number 6, and it was a Chili's gift card. So I thought it was something going to be Transformers related, but pretty cool nonetheless. I won something. Did not win a trip to the world premiere though. Kind of a funny story. The guy that did win a trip to the world premiere to see Transformers the last night with Michael Bay and Mark Wahlberg and all the rest of them, it took him about 10 seconds to get out of his seat, and he didn't seem very excited. So hopefully he ends up enjoying himself, but that kind of sucks that I didn't win. But oh well, let's go ahead and move on to the topic of this video, which is going to be kind of a spoiler-free review of the footage that I saw. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to answer some questions that you guys left on Instagram. Those are semi-spoilers, so you can go, I'll let you guys know when I'm about to answer those questions so that you can leave the video if you please. But so to start off, I just want to say, but the cinematography in this movie is just absolutely brilliant. Like, it looks miles better than Age of Extinction, and I think even the CGI, even though it's unfinished, is definitely better than what we saw in Age of Extinction. It looks more more along the lines of the Dark of the Moon level in CGI, which I don't think was as good as Revenge of the Fallen and Transformers 1, but I still think it was pretty good and still miles better than what we saw in Age of Extinction. So the CGI is looking better. There were some scenes that didn't have finished CGI. They're actually pretty early. Like they didn't not look real at all. It was very early stages in the CGI. But there was only a couple of shots of that type of stuff. But the movie looks beautiful. Like we have a new cinematographer in this one, Jonathan Sala. He's worked on John Wick, so he's come on to this one, and I think he's just done a fantastic job. The humor in this so far, it looks pretty good. Like, I found myself laughing, and it was decently funny. I think that Cogman is a really funny character so far. There was some funny moments. There was a funny moment between him and Crosshairs. I think Cade's thrown in some pretty good humor this time around, as well as Cade's helper at the junkyard. I believe his name is Desi. I don't know, something like that. But his helper at the junkyard is really funny. Of course, played by what's his first name? Jared Carmichael. Jared Carmichael. I forgot his first name for a second there. So Jared Carmichael, he's pretty funny in this, and I think that Isabella Moner is doing pretty good as far as the acting. It felt pretty convincing, so I was surprised about that. As far as the group of kids who don't seem to be like they're going to be in the movie that long, the crowd seemed to like them, so I'll go ahead and go with the crowd on this one. I'm still a little hesitant, but the crowd seemed to like them, and I guess that's a good thing that that the movie-going audience would like these kids. So I was a little worried about maybe a lot of people wouldn't like them. I'm still a little hesitant on if I really like them or not, but seeing the whole scene play out, I did like them a little bit more than what we saw from the trailers and the clip that we saw. As far as Hot Rod goes, of course he has the French accent, which is really, really heavy, really thick accent. He definitely has trouble even pronouncing his own name. But, so I think that Hot Rod's going to be a pretty cool character. I seem to like him so far. He has a lot of speaking lines in the footage that we saw, and I think that I'm definitely going to like Hot Rod. It's looking promising for him. Cade. Cade was just freaking awesome in this. Like, he just, will come out of nowhere and just save everyone. Like, he is, like, the jump that he made from where we saw him in Age of Extinction is just, he's like a whole other person. It is crazy. But he is so amazing in this, from what we've seen so far. Sir Edmund Burton, he's actually kind of a kooky guy. He is definitely not serious like I thought that his character was going to be. He's a little strange. I guess that kind of fits in with the dementia robot that we see, of course, in the footage as well. So yeah, he's definitely not what I pictured his character was going to be, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be bad at all. I think that that's the only concern I might have is his character, but he's just seen a very small sample size. And the thing about this is that it was so hard to even understand what was going on in the certain clips because it was, spread throughout the movie. Like, it was just a random clip, random clip, random clip. So even the dialogue that they were talking about in the movie wasn't making complete sense in my mind because I was not following a complete story. I was seeing just bits and pieces of a movie. It's like going into the middle of the movie and like trying to figure out what's going on. Although they did show the very beginning of the movie, except that they had the Transformers Age of Extinction sounds for the Paramount logo, but the intro of the movie was definitely cool. I won't talk about that yet because it's in the spoiler video that will be coming up. I'm going to do a full breakdown of what I ended up seeing as far as footage goes. Let's see. So yeah, overall it looks very promising. I enjoyed it. I really thought that it impressed me. And it made me more excited for the movie because the second trailer, it's kind of like it wasn't edited very well. Of course, a lot of people were complaining about the whole "I fight like a girl, don't you" type thing. So, but this definitely, I think, reassured a lot of people that this is going to be a pretty good movie, and I hope that it is going to be a good movie. I hope that it does outshine Age of Extinction, which I think it definitely will. Age of Extinction ended up turning out to be my least favorite of the four. While it's still definitely watchable for me and I love all the Transformers movies, I think the Age of Extinction kind of just fell down on that. But, okay, let's go ahead and move on to the questions. First question, any new signs of Nessie? I think this might be oh, actually, I know that this is a typo. I want to say that you meant dragons. And then the Knights, and then the crashed underwater ship, and new characters. So, maybe you didn't mean dragons, but I'm going to answer this as if you meant dragons. We did see just a very tiny extended part of what we saw in the trailer of Dragonstorm, but that was it. And then also, as far as the Knights, we did see them a little bit. We saw them with King Arthur and the Round Table. The Knights, the Transformer Knights were there as well. We didn't see too much of them though. The crashed underwater ship, did not see it at all. And new characters, the only one that hasn't been seen at all yet was the dementia tank that everyone's calling Warpath. But this guy looks pretty cool. He's kind of like an old World War war general, and just kind of looks like that veteran type guy. I want to say he had kind of like a one of those chopped buzz cut type things. I'm not explaining it that well, but I want to say that. I'm not positive though. The movie goes by so quick and there's so much stuff happening left and right that it's kind of hard to kind of like focus on these things. But he looked cool and it was definitely a new design. Next question. Did it have scenes of Drift and the other Autobots fighting? Drift was only shown in car mode very briefly. So he was only shown as the Mercedes. As far as any fighting scenes, there were none. Yeah, no fighting scenes. The only fighting scene was some unfinished CGI of Bumblebee and Crosshairs just kind of like play fighting in the background while Cade was walking somewhere. Next question. Any one-on-one fights or cars speeding? Like I said, no fights, cars speeding. There was just not speeding. I mean, there was like some rollout scenes. There were, I think, 2 shots of the vehicles driving, but that was it. Oh, as well as Hot Rod pulling up, bringing Vivian to the castle, but not speeding once again. As far as Hot Rod, yes, Hot Rod was heavily featured in this footage. It was pretty cool to see. Any lines from the Autobots? Oh, a ton of lines from the Autobots, especially from Cogman and Hot Rod. Those two had the most speaking lines. We also had some speaking from Crosshairs, as well as Optimus Prime, Quintessa, but that was just slightly extended from what we've seen in the trailers, of course. That was like the scene with Quintessa was like, you didn't see her, of course, but it was very, very short. Shortest scene that they showed. And did any other Autobots speak? I'm trying to think. I don't think so, off the top of my head. But definitely a lot of speaking with Cogman and Hot Rod. So, next question, do you think we will be getting another trailer? Yes, of course, definitely going to get that full-length theatrical trailer. Now, there was a little mini trailer attached to the end of the footage. It was probably like a minute, minute and a half long. It was a really well-put-together trailer, really, like, emotional. So I hope they end up releasing that to the public online, because I would love to see that again. Any big scenes with any Decepticons? No, there were not. We only saw like little snippets in the trailer part at the end. We see, I'm gonna be talking about this more in the spoiler video, but we see Megatron holding Starscream's head, so that was pretty awesome to see. Was Michael Bay there? No, he was not, unfortunately. I was hoping that he was going to be going to mine because he lived like really close to that theater, but he ended up going to the one in LA, so that kind of sucks. But I'll get to see him one of these days. And can you give a rundown of everything shown? Yes, I can, in the next video. So make sure to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and hit that subscribe button if you want to see that next video where I talk about all the spoilers and all the scenes that were shown at the event. And let me know what you guys think about all this stuff in the comment section below. And until next time, I'm Mike. See you guys.